Batman, issue 11, legacy number 939, Matt Fraction writing with Jorge Jimenez on the art. So, this issue, it's got a lot of things going on, actually. There's a few different sort of things it's picking up on. Mainly the crime syndicate who want to have Bruce Wayne killed, and they hired this assassin lady, and they're disappointed that she failed. They basically try and do a what's it called in John Wick when it's like, hey, put out a bounty for all the assassins.
Oh God, he's excommunicado.
Excommunicado.
Yeah.
They basically say, hey, we'll just put out an open bounty for everyone to compete. May the best killer win. But when the guy who's tasked with telling her this, that hey, it's an open contract now, and like, you know, that's it, she just whips out the katana and just slices this dude in half. It's just like nothing. I enjoyed this.
Yes,
he's sniveling. It's a fine moment. And I especially like that page after the title page where the police are putting like a blanket or like some sheets over the corpse, but because he's like in two parts at an awkward angle, there's two sheets in a really weird position. Just a simple little thing to suggest what's under those sheets without showing you too much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and also his bottom half is pointing up and his top half is face down. So like it is an impossible angle as well.
Yeah, unless you're Ragman or something.
Yeah.
Actually, what was I saying, Ragman? I'm thinking of the contortion. Was a contortion-y one who does the Ragdoll? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Ragdoll.
Ragdoll, not Ragman.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting my rag people
Although
mixed up.
when you said Ragman, my head saw Ragdoll.
Sure.
And
yeah, I mean,
so I didn't even think.
Look at us. We're confusing two D-listers with each other with similar names. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So Penguin's basically kind of sick of this whole Minotaur business and the fact that all of the crime families are all sort of tied up in his web of crime systems. And he's basically like, hey, these new people have got all these new ideas and it's been very profitable. We've all been very tempted because they're making us lots of money. But this showed them how, like, what the old ways are in Gotham. So it kind of sounds like Penguin's trying to stage a bit of a revolt against this new crime sort of... It's not even crime family, like Minotaur, like crime... Like, I don't know, the crime triumvirate, whatever we're calling Minotaur's, like, layer on top of everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting enough. But again, a couple of little standalone scenes here early on. Also, remember how... Dr. Zeller heard that Robin was Bruce Wayne's son.
Yes.
Well, Bruce comes crawling to her office to try and like explain how that came to be. Like, well, you see, his mother was from a different world, and she tried to train him in all these ways and whatnot. And I thought maybe the point-eared dude, maybe he would be able to help because I didn't know what to do with him. He was just like a crazy little monster. I don't know what to do.
I know that Bruce's point is trying to breeze us over with her, but saying I hired Batman to trade my son because he's a little bit wild, I don't think helps his case at all. Like, you know, it makes him seem that much more detached from reality as a rich guy. But I do love his story. He does not tell any lies, right? Like, yeah, Talia is an aristocrat. He admits
some truths. For sure, but doesn't tell any lies, technically.
Yeah, exactly. And so I love that. I love seeing their story told in that way. And we get like this really great Jimenez page of the history of Talia and Ra's and Batman and Bruce. And I want to give Jimenez credit too for having the strength to not draw Batman wearing the cowl while he is getting into bed with Talia on that page. Like you see the cowl when the famous image of him fighting Ra's in the desert with the sword, and then just right below that, he's bedding Talia, but it's Bruce Wayne. It's not Batman. So again, great restraint shown by the creative team there, because I know that's an image people love to draw.
Minor nitpick though, I would say, is on a couple of those panels with Batman in these flashbacks, he's still wearing basically the modern day suit, as best as I can tell. So little nitpick, yeah. Little nitpick. Not a big deal, but it's there. So the whole point of this is that he's trying to basically, because Zeller's kind of sitting all not doing work and kind of out of it, and he's trying to like say, hey, people need you to do what you're here to do. You've got a purpose, you're good at it, you can get results, get back on your feet. It was kind of funny to me though that whole cliffhanger where she, heard the whole father thing, that was like 4 issues ago now. Yeah, it's been some time.
That's another thing that I like that they do, and on this one where they have a 4 issues ago, a 6 issues ago, that they're reminding you when this stuff happened. And they're using, instead of like doing editor's note, it's a caption box, which I think is pretty cool,
Yeah. So the other thing here is that the cop that was killed by Savage because he was going to, or he refused to say that Batman was the one that didn't shoot someone, or you know what I mean, like he was going to be part of Savage's whole corruption and cover up, and he didn't, so he's been killed for it. And the widow of this cop chastises Gordon and Bullock at the funeral for this, and saying that they used to be real cops, and they're kind of left standing there looking at each other like, do we need to like kind of get more involved? Do we have to do something about this? Because we're kind of just living with this like happening, and Gordon's got a lot of reasons to be personally invested right now. I mean, as he points out like a couple of pages later, his daughter's in prison. As he phrases it as, Vandal Savage has my daughter. That is the way he phrases that. Not she's in prison, Vandal Savage has her.
Yeah.
So
because that is the truth. Also, I like the culture in Gotham amongst the police was the widow's like, look, he wasn't the cleanest cop, but he was a good cop. And in any other city, not being a clean cop would disqualify him from being a good cop, but not in Gotham. That means he'll look the other way for certain things, but he's ultimately a good man. And so I do love that it shows the shades of gray that exist in Gotham, and also where that puts Gordon and Bullock here, because Gordon's still employed. Savage has his daughter, but Bullock is an outsider, right? He has the private detective, so he has a little bit more leeway here too to fill that guilt. So I do love that that scene ends on them like kind of like, what have we become?
Yeah, and what are we going to do about it? If we let too many things slide, do we have to fight back more, kind of thing? And Bullock kind of gets an opportunity to maybe help with this, because the kid and the reporter show up saying, hey, they want to have our head because we've got footage of what actually happened with the Savage planting evidence. Like, so this is again calling back to something that wasn't brought up last issue. It was a couple issues ago that we last heard about this, but it's nice that there's a good sense of continuity to everything going on in Batman right now.
I like the pacing because it makes it feel sprawling, but not epic. Like, this doesn't feel like huge and like world shaking in Gotham. It just feels like these are the current events that are going on. And it makes it feel like it's citywide, feeling all of these threads start to get pulled together. Which is a nice little touch. And it's kind of what I remember reading during Brubaker's Daredevil. I feel like he used a similar way to get scope, to show all the different things Matt was up to, all the stuff that were in play with the Kingpin and stuff. And you just apply that logic to Gotham and it still works because it's Gotham instead of New York. But yeah, it's a really nice narrative piece.
Yeah, so when we go back to Batman, he can't just go into the crime scenes anymore because, he's not welcome by Savage's police.
Well, there's an open target on him. Like, if he jumps down, he's getting shot at.
So he's using, like, fancy, like, goggles, which are, like, kind of, there's kind of reading lips or picking up sound, and he's seeing through the walls. He's basically designed like goggles that give him like X-ray vision and super hearing, so he can look at crime scenes.
They're essentially bat meta glasses, right?
Yeah. So he's watching this crime scene. He's trying to like figure out what's happened here with this assassin lady, and then she shows up behind him, up in the building here, and we get a very cool action sequence where they dive down to another window. They're going through the air over like a party that's happening down below, and they end up on a roof, and his cape comes flying off, and they have a fight, and it's all done without any dialogue, without any narration. It is a completely silent 3 or 4 pages of just well-paced action, and it feels like a very even match in a lot of ways, although ultimately he ends up grabbing her by the neck and these electric gloves start turning on to be like, all right, like I've got you now. we're going to quit this. However, ruining this is the SWAT team. Savage's SWAT team shows up.
The Tuco.
Yeah, and has him at gunpoint with all the red laser sights. So he basically has to make a choice here. And Savage is just like, waiting for, shoot him. I don't care about anything else, just shoot him. So he has to let go.
Yeah.
He has to drop the smoke pellets, and we get a cool action bit here where he dives out of the building with his cape still off, but he puts his cape on like mid-air so he can glide after he's got it on. So it's a nice little cool beat.
Yeah. So him and the, what's it called? She's called the Ojo.
The Ojo.
Yeah, so he goes and throws the smoke pellets down as he goes to throw them. I think that they're smoke pellets anyways. She turns into that flock of birds. And then there's this great, gunfire coming out through the broken window. And then like a flashbang. And then Batman and the birds coming out through the window. Like it is a very darkly funny action sequence. And that leads to what you're talking about where he jumps out the window, throws his cape on to glide with those birds around him. And it makes him surrounded by those birds, is I guess because it's similar to the bats, makes for a really cool image. Like that entire fight, like the chase sequence when she's chasing him as the birds.
Yeah.
And then when she lands and becomes the lady and they're fighting and she turns back into birds, it's really fun. And the way that Jimenez draws the action and you're able to follow, it's real cool.
Oh, it's very well paced, and that chase happening over the top of like a skylight where there's like some sort of fancy gala or something going on underneath just looks really good. It really builds this sense of space and atmosphere. So yeah, back at the well, I'll call it the cave. I mean, it's the bunker technically, but I'll just call it the cave. Damien's like, all right, let me get this straight. So there's one group of assassins that tried to kill the doctor lady, Dr. Zeller, on your date, but there was also this bird lady assassin, Ojo, who came to kill you, and we have no idea who hired her. And Bruce is just like, it wasn't a date. But yes, technically this is the state of the events. Yes, someone hired this assassin to get me, and I don't know who it was. And it's also unclear. I mean, it seems clear that she's going after Bruce, but she did attack Batman here, which makes me wonder: does she know Batman is Bruce, or is this like a preemptive thing because Batman has saved him in the past or whatever? Yep. So curious.
Also, when he goes, the 000s were hired to kill your new girlfriend, not my girlfriend. And he goes, simultaneously while you're on a date. Wasn't a date. And the way that the dialogue is Bruce's comments are very small in comparison. So it's like under his breath, which is a lot of fun. And then Damien's reading The Great Gatsby, and Bruce picks up on that.
He's not impressed with it either, may I add. No.
And he goes, it doesn't have like the layers that something of Russian or of what does he say? The I'm looking for it here. Oh, the soul of the classic Arabic writers. And I was like, oh, you pretentious little, come on now. And then I think it's funny because The Great Gatsby is a story about opulence and wealth and the corrupting factor of envy and jealousy and whatnot. And when you think about what the Minotaur represents, how essentially he's using capitalism as a weapon and as a cudgel in all of this. Again, I think it's a smart thing to remind us of The Great Gatsby as the story unfolds. But yeah, him talking about he read it when he was 6 and he's not any more impressed now than when he was 6. And I was just like, I know people like Damien that say stuff like this. And I'm like, he's even irritating on the page.
Yeah, but the people who says things like that are like twice his age at least.
Yes. Yeah, they're not 14 and already read The Great Gatsby twice.
Yeah, you're thinking of someone who's like 30 saying, "Oh, I read it when I was 18 and I'm not any more impressed." Like, no, this is a bit different. He's already far ahead of the curve. Anyway, the book ends with the doorbell going, and they sort of look at each other like, we have like sensors and defenses so we know if anyone's coming long before they get to the door. Well, what do we do? It's like, well, I think we answer it. That's what people do when the doorbell rings, and they go to answer. And the last page here is definitely like wait, what? A woman shows up claiming to be Verity Pennyworth, and she says that she's going to be the new Major Domo. I'm not going to lie, I had to look up what Major Domo meant, because I don't know what that word meant. And she's like, oh, I'm from the Society of the Midnight Key. And I'm like, what, a secret society of butlers? You've been sent to replace Alfred? I mean, first of all, Alfred's been dead for like a year in universe now by this point. Like, what took you so long? So, I don't know. But wild.
And if there's a secret society, why are they sending them? Right? Because it's not like Alfred was sent to the Waynes because, it's not like Thomas Wayne was secretly fighting crime through his medicine, his doctoral practice.
Oh, true. I mean, he was the butler before any Batman-y things ever happened, like long before. I mean, for point number one, maybe this is something that Alfred wasn't attached to in any way, which honestly, I prefer that because it's weird to say he was at this point, retconning that. Two, like, is she really a Pennyworth? Well, I mean, that remains to be seen. We'll find out.
I'm willing to bet that Pennyworth is a title, although she does say my great uncle. So maybe she is, right? So this would be Alfred's niece's or nephew's daughter,
sure.
Down the line. So if she actually is a Pennyworth, but I was also wondering if Pennyworth was a title and not just like a, last name.
Yeah. And it begs a lot of questions. Okay, so she got past all these defenses, which implies a lot of like advanced skills that a butler wouldn't have, which would maybe suggest that she does know that Bruce is Batman and she was able to get around all those things. But let's say she doesn't. In which case, why has she been sent if she doesn't know about that? So, lots of questions here that I'm sure will all be addressed as we go forward.
Yeah, you brought up a John Wickiness thing with the excommunicado. This feels like the staff at the hotel, right?
Where, a little bit, yeah.
They're sworn to secrecy, and it's their job to help the people that are doing this, Yeah, and in this case, maybe it is to make the world for the better, right? Yeah. That's what this order is.
However, like, there's not been anything like this before, so I'm going to need a damn good explanation of why they're getting involved now and what they've been up to before now. Is this something relatively new that was started, maybe because of Alfred? Maybe like Alfred inspired something that led to this, I don't know, but very curious to see where he goes with this. Like I don't necessarily like it or dislike it. Honestly, it's such an open cliffhanger that everything depends on what he does with it in the next couple issues. Like, what does it actually mean? What's the explanation behind it? Is she really a Pennyworth? And if so, is she going to be a new recurring character? Is she going to actually be serving as the new butler? Like, all these things, like, in time, I need to know all the answers before I can say if I like this or not. Right now, it's just kind of like, oh, it's a woman saying she's a Pennyworth that we've never met before. All right, well, I guess. But to be fair, the book's been really good so far, up until issue 11, and I like all the world building and the constant sense of things going on in Gotham, and the fight scene was great in this issue. So there's lots of reasons to have confidence. But yeah, I have no idea how to feel about this specific development just because of this page right now.
I have no reason to doubt the creative team. I have no reason to doubt Fraction. Like, everything that he's thrown in there, so far has landed. And when we're dealing with this secret, like, cabal of business associates and criminals,
that's the other possibility here, is that this is like the counter to that. It's like, this is like, they're the force fighting for good. When the secret cabals try to ruin the world with capitalism, this is the force trying to resist against that in some way or other.
Yeah, the socialist side of things. She's here to redistribute Bruce's wealth, and put it to good use. Which again, one of his sons has already done. Dick Grayson's done that over in Bloodhaven, so maybe that's why they haven't stopped by there to do that, because he's taking upon himself.
Sounds fine to me. Capitalism resulted in me spending a ridiculous amount of money for just some RAM for my new computer this week, and I'm not happy about it. So
burn it down.
Yeah, burn down capitalism. It's fine. We can go to almost any other system. Almost.
But again, they Fraction and Jimenez so far have really strung along the story that I'm so invested in for Batman. Like, when I think about how much fun I have reading this one, that hasn't been always true when it comes to reading Batman. Like, it's been good, but this is fun. Like, the action sequences, all the different tech that they're dropping in there for Bruce, like, to this time it was those goggles that he's able to look through walls and stuff.
Yeah. But I like, though, when he grabbed Ojo by the neck, though, and it doesn't explain it this time. You just see a little bit of the electric on his hand, and you're like, oh, we've done that before. The electric gloves have come up before. And it's one that I remember as well, because it was one that was in the Arkham video games. That was one of the upgrades you got, was the electric gloves. So I'm like, oh, that one feels like he played those games, and he's like, I'm going to put them in somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, and it makes sense because he's a different Batman, right? He's not sitting back from the cave having Alfred, piece together things. He needs this tech to stay ahead of the flipping corrupt cops and mayor and police commissioner and everything else.
Yeah, actually, that's the other thing. There's a hint in this issue that not all is happy in the Ivy and Savage relationship. You may have some more to say on that come Poison Ivy time, but there was a little hint there of that in this issue, which is interesting. I mean, Savage basically just says she can go F herself. It's censored, obviously, but that's basically what he says.
Yeah, because they're going around through the news, and there's blips about the Tuco, which is the the new anti-Batman cops, like that SWAT team,
the tacos,
and doing stuff. Yeah, the tacos. They're not good tacos. They're definitely white people tacos, so stay away from them. So they go around, and there's a thing talking about Mayor Isley hasn't been reached for comment, but Commissioner Savage, and then it goes around to another thing, and it's Savage basically saying she can go F herself. And there's a bit on that in Poison Ivy. So we'll touch on, which I do feel like it's starting to put those seeds of whatever the Ivy event is. I'm forgetting what it's called.
Bad Seeds. It's literally got what seeds in the title.
It's actually just called Bad Seeds. Yeah. So they're starting to deposit those in there with Pam and Savage, and I don't think it's going to be as clear cut as we think. I think definitely Fraction hinting at that here just through this background. But yeah, this book's so much fun. Again, I say that all the time.
Yeah,
honestly, the Jimenez art makes it that much more fun to read.
Oh yeah. It's really gorgeous, well paced. Everything flows well. It's very consistent as well. I don't think we've had any fill-ins as of yet. As not that I remember, anyway. Actually, no, that's not true. We did have that 2-issue.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. That was Absolute
Batman.
Batman.
A fill-in.
Oh, that was Absolute Batman. I'm thinking of. That wasn't this book. I was thinking the Tower with Ivy, but that was Absolute Ivy, so that's Absolute Batman.
Yeah, true. I thought there was a bit of a break.
Was there? I don't remember one.
I think so. I'm gonna go back and look. I want to say around 7.
I mean, it's not impossible, but
was that Joker issue when we got him in the vat? Was that all Jimenez?
You're making me doubt myself now, but it was possible. I've just forgotten.
Nope, you're correct. It was just because he was doing different art styles.
It was the only one that was different. We had the annual and maybe like the Arkham special. Those were different artists, and maybe you're thinking that for Joker because I had like. Again, I'm thinking Absolute. I keep mixing Absolute and regular Batman up. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm looking at 7 or 8 because I want to feel like it was one of those two. But I am looking right now. Yes, Ryan Sook did issue 8. So
okay.
But still, I mean. 10 out of the 11 have been Jimenez.
It's not bad. It's not bad going. Yeah.
No.
By any stretch. All right, cool. Well, I mean, the only thing I would say about this is that the only downside to this issue is that the end of last issue was such an epic fist pump moment that there was no way this was going to like match that, and that's fine. Yeah,
this ended with a sitcom with "Who's at the door?" and they open and it's like "Who?" and then it cuts.
Yeah, I did enjoy though. Damien be like, "Well, what do we do?" It's like. I think we opened the door.
Well, I also love there's a piece of dialogue there that sets that up where they goes, wait, someone bypassed all of our defenses and they still ring the doorbell. Like that's where it's like, well, what do we do? It's like we open the door. So yeah, again, a lot of fun.
There's a joke in there about someone who's rich who's always had a butler never answering the doorbell. That's just funny to me.
I don't know how the knob works. He just standing there yelling, "Door open!"
Siri, open door. Alexa, open door. Which one do we have, Damien? All right. Well, what are you giving Batman issue 11?
I'm gonna give this a straight 9.
I think I'll go 8.5 on this one. I still obviously thought it was great, but it definitely wasn't like the super contained, perfect almost issue that we've had the last one or two. But still, I loved everything that was advancing, and I'm just curious to see what this reveal at the end kind of goes up. And I love that we checked in with Penguin and that type of crime in Gotham and what they're thinking about what's going on. So we'll see how all that develops.